there it is, okay? Welcome back. We're going big time with Mike P, who is me, and Steve behind the camera. 2 cameras again. Same setup as last time. This is convenient. Okay, so today, what are we doing? We're going over Samba coordination, okay? And you might think, well, that's just a fast bossa nova. It's, you know, they're related, whatever. There's some common things, so duh, let's talk about it, okay? So again, right, I have this Brazilian jazz group, Bossa Nova, and we've been playing together 17 years, done a lot of stuff. We collaborated with Roberto Menescal, which is very cool. If you don't know who that is, check him out. He's one of those, you know, Brazilian artists that is legendary, and it was an honor to like collaborate with him. It was awesome. And so either way, you know, major imposter syndrome for me, like doing this, even now, you know, but it's been great feedback from like Brazilian people on the internet telling us you know, they like what we're doing. So that always feels good. But you know, it's always like trying to do my best to honor the music, right? Because it's a beautiful music, so many awesome songs. Highly recommend checking it out. So yeah, Samba, Bossa Nova, get into it. But today we're focusing on Samba, okay? So Samba, you know, there's different tempos. It varies. I was kind of going like on a pretty quick there. So, you know, they're not all that fast. And like real Brazilians can keep that pattern. It's all 16th notes or all 8th notes, however you want to think about it. Solid. I break it up because, you know, that's like fast for me. So we all have to play within our limitations, right? Just being honest here. There are better drummers than me. Who'd have thunk? They're not better. They just worked on different things, right? There's always somebody that's better than you, right? And we all have to embrace that because that's the truth, right? We can't all be Larnell Lewis and Nate Smith and Brian Blade and stuff, or John Bonham, whoever you're into. So, you know, but we play music and we want to honor that music, right? And so that's what I'm doing, you know? And so I'm going to tell you my methods for getting fluent in this style. And yeah, just how to approach all these different rhythms, right? So again, which I talked about in one of my last videos, probably many of them, what we want to try to do is just get comfortable playing anything over the basic ostinato of what the style of drumming is, right? So for Samba, right, Bossa Nova was like the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? Very similar for Samba, but it's just faster, right? We're going turbo. So a lot of 2 and 4 here, and then fast bass drums here. And so for my default right hand pattern, I'm doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And traditionally, it's like, but fast. So if you got that down, get into it, right? The other thing too is the Brazilians have a very cool time feel. It's that mixture of like triplets and straight notes, you know, straight 16ths and triplets put together kind of, so it has this thing. And I've dabbled in that, but it's like, you know, you got to grow up in Brazil to really nail that stuff. That's a cool ass feel. So, you know, check out the music, man. Go listen to it. It's so cool. So, but today I'm going to try and keep it simple. Don't worry about that for today, right? That can come down the road. We just want to get the coordination of it down. So, again, what we're trying to do is get the 1 and 2, right? So, right? And we're just cool. And that's it, right? For now. what we're gonna do then is experiment with what we can do in the left hand, okay? You can also play this on the hi-hat, that's fine. You can go cross stick. I'm just gonna demonstrate on the snare, right? As if we're like, I don't know, going crazy. This is like, we're going loud as hell on Ostinato or whatever. So what do we wanna do? We wanna do same way we build all of our other coordination and fluencies, right? We want to get fluent with anything in the left hand, right? And we're going to start small and we are going to get extreme. So, number 1, downbeats, right? And this, to me, is going to be numbers and the ands, okay? So, again, let's do like maybe just the bass drum and the hi-hat, right? So it's like... That can be tough right off the bat. So try that, right? Go slow first, maybe. So. And if you went over the Bossa Nova video that I did in the past, probably the one before this one, that is very similar, right? Coordination-wise. So the only thing that we're getting tricky with now is the right hand, okay? So let's just do the hands only for that. So. Right? So it's every number and. So the and 1 and 2 and 3, right? The is the one that's not lining up with our left hand. So we just got to be aware of those types of little demarcation points, right? But putting that together, right, we have... And that's all it is, right? Then guess what the next thing is? All the upbeats. So that's the E's and the U's, right? If we're thinking in 4/4. So here's that, right? We got... Can be tricky sounding, so go slow, right? So that's cool though, right? You're just seeing which ones line up with the right hand and which ones don't, right? That's very important to be really aware of that and kind of make that like back of your mind, right? That's just what you're gonna do. So build that muscle memory, go slow with this stuff, okay? Okay, so let's put it in context, right? So let's do everything together and then switch between downbeats and upbeats. So here we go. So we also have to be aware, not just what lines up with our right hand, but what lines up with our right foot as well, right? Because we're doing if we're, again, 4/4, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and right? Those U's, that's gonna line up when we're playing the upbeats. So be aware of that. Let's get crazy. So the next step with that is just doing two 16th notes consecutively in a row, right? So the 1 E, 2 E, 3 E, 4 E, or the E ands and U's, and then the 1 U's, right? Which 1 that's gonna line up with our bass drum, right? So again, this is, all about like, you know, when you practice it, go slow and really think about where things line up and where they don't, because that to me is like key. As long as you are aware of it at first, to the point where then you can forget about it, because you don't want to be thinking about that kind of crap when you're playing like, you know, 130 beats per minute or whatever. So you want that to be locked in and confident before you even start pushing tempos. So let's try demonstrating a little bit of that. Let's do the 1 E's, okay? I'll start the groove, and I'll bring in that left hand. cool. That's that one, right? E and, a little different. They're all a little different. Why'd I even say that? Here we go. And notice I'm not trying to get rim shots. These aren't backbeats, right? This is all gonna be related to our clave. We're playing like to support the rhythm section, right? Or we're interacting with a soloist. We don't want to be stepping on people's toes with this. So think of it for now like as ghost note height, or in between ghost note and like medium, right? We don't want to get too loud, too crazy. You can always throw accents in here and there, but just for this, we don't want to practice slamming everything because that is tasteless. And we just want to be tasteful when we're playing, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. Steve, you know about being tasteful. Look at the way you're dressed, man. I don't know why you don't want to be on camera. Okay, so here we go. Now we're going to do and okay? This one of these is going to line up with the bass drum. Guess which one? And there that one is, right? Last thing, the number and the crazy. Bass drum, unison, okay? You're gonna find out a lot about yourself on this one because it's either gonna be right on or you're gonna be flamming your brains out. If you're flamming your brains out, you gotta slow it down, sync things up. Sync things up, here we go. It's a little awkward. It's a weird one, so good luck with that one. That one's tough. Maybe a segue? All right, we're back. Bonus material, okay? This one's crazy. This one's for the intermediate, more advanced folks. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do groups of 3 on the snare drum. We're gonna keep the right hand pattern the same, 1 and a, 2 and a, all that stuff. But with the left hand, we're gonna go through all 4 of those permutations. So we're gonna go 1 E and, 1 E 1 and a, and then E and a, okay? So rest on the downbeat, E and a. And then let's do some triplets too. Let's throw that in there. So, okay, so we're gonna start with just the 1 E and the left hand only, okay? So here we go. This is what this one sounds like. Again, go slow with these, okay? But I'm gonna play them at tempo, so. I went into that a little sloppy, maybe. But it might have been fine. That's why I kept going. So yeah, get the idea. These are gonna be tough because, yeah, again, the right hand is gonna be the same pattern the whole time. The only thing we're changing is the left. So now let's do 1 E, in the left hand. This one's cool. That one's sexy. That one is cool to like evolve into a triplet too. That one like lends itself. We'll get into it. We'll check that out near the end here. Okay, next one. Same as the right hand. 1 and a, right? A lot of unison action there. But, you know, that's probably the easiest one because you're just mirroring your right hand. Let's do the E and a now. Cool. So there's all 4 of those. The other thing we can do, really break away from stuff, is do a triplet in our left hand. This one, you gotta make sure your right hand, right foot, left foot are like locked in. Like you can set it and forget it on that baby, because all we're focusing is on the left hand and what that triplet is supposed to sound like. So let's give it a whirl, okay? We're gonna try this baby out. Here we go. All right, that's tough. I had a little whoopsie doodle in there, but now we're back and I kept it going. So let's run through these. Let's go through the whole deal, okay? Maybe I'll make a short of this one somehow, and I don't know, you can just get the gist. So here we go. I'm gonna go through the singles, the doubles, the groupings of 3 into a triplet, okay? Here we go. We'll see if I can do it, okay. And there they are, right? Yeah, it's cool stuff, man. So get into it. It's like, even if you don't listen to Samba, you don't care about Samba, whatever, just check it out. It'll make you a better person. It'll make you a better player. And trust me, this will help your funk stuff. Top secret, but like Latin and funk, man, you get some funk chops out of it. So check it out. All right, I want to do a little, we need to talk about something very serious, okay? So I've been in a lot of bands throughout my life. Started in high school, been in bands since now, till now. It's a long time. I'm old, or oldish, okay? And man, let's try and like get some people educated on what a triplet is and what just a 3-note grouping is, because it's driving me crazy. And what's embarrassing is like other members of the rhythm section get this wrong, and it's like, let's, you know, we need to spread the word that a triplet is cutting a quarter note into 3 equal parts. A grouping of 3 16th notes is just that. It's a grouping of 3 16th notes. Just because we're repeating like da 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 da, right, over a like da 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 da, that's not a triplet. That's just 3 notes repeating, right? So yeah, it goes over the bar line and it's groups of 3, but it's not a triplet. Tell your guitar players, and man, if you have to tell your bass player, like, do it in private, like bring them aside and be like, buddy, don't say that. That's making us look bad, right? Because as drummers, we know that stuff, and it's humiliating to witness people talk like that. So like, you know, really help out your fellow bandmates, correct them in a very respectful, aside way, right? Bring them aside, gently let them know that a triplet is an even split, right? There's 3 evenly spaced notes. That's a triplet. That's it. Nothing else. 3 16th notes in a row, and then starting another phrase of 3 16th notes. That's just a grouping of 3, okay? That's just 1 E and then maybe a 2 E, right? But it's not a triplet. Thank you for coming in and being a part of this conversation. Help out your fellow rhythm section folks and band members.